I just watched Okja, which is a film by Bong Joon-ho. It's the third one of his that I've seen. I've seen Snowpiercer and Parasite, and I liked it as well. I think he's definitely a very talented director. I think this is probably the weakest of the three that I've seen, but it was good. It's basically about there's a big, large farming organization who are trying to make the perfect farm animal where you can get lots of meat off them and it's cheap and it's delicious, and so they breed these giant mutant pigs, and but because it's such a horrible industrialized GMO type thing, it's not organic in the slightest, it's all battery farming and everything. They try and kind of retcon a much nicer story for their consumers' minds. So they spend 10 years raising 26, I think, of these animals in around the world. And so this is the story of 10 years later. One of these animals that grew up in South Korea is now being taken back to New York to be slaughtered and to be made to breed to make more of them. And it basically follows the girl who grew up with this mutant pig, trying to save it from this fate. So I thought it was pretty good. I think they could have possibly gone further with the message, because Bong Joon-ho was clear that the message isn't a sort of vegan one. It's more that the idea of people making profit, like humongous wealth, off kind of the suffering and the killing of other living things. So because of that, I mean, I think that it was definitely very effective, but we focused very clearly just on Okja, and the rest of her species was kind of a bit more dismissed. Like even the Animal Liberation Front, like they really do spend all their attention on Okja, which is, I mean, I guess it's a film, they've only got so much runtime to do, but they really do seem to not care about the others to the same degree, and I'm not quite sure why that is. The performances were generally very good. There was, like Bong Joon-ho tends to have, it was realistic, but they were a bit more larger than life. Tilda Swinton was great in this, like she was great in Snowpiercer. I think I didn't like Jake Gyllenhaal's performance at all. I get why he was going for like a kind of big kooky, TV personality, but I thought he was just too extreme, and he seemed very drunk a lot of the time, but they never actually kind of mentioned that he was, and I'm not really sure. So yeah, I thought there were some kind of things that are a bit forced just for the sake of a neat story of just following these two characters, the girl and the pig. I thought the girl, there wasn't really much to her. I mean, I obviously rooted for her. I wanted her to save. It was more that I wanted her to save Okja. That I didn't care about her personally. I cared about her saving her pig, because there wasn't really much to her character besides being just a kid who has a pig. And Okja itself also, I didn't. I guess how much personality can you really give it? It seemed nice and friendly. I did think there was I wasn't a big fan of the animation of it. I mean, the CGI was good quality. It looked realistic, and I think all the close-ups was just stroking. I think that's probably a practical bit because all the hairs looked very good. It didn't like float. It felt like she was interacting with it. But I thought when it moved, it was a little bit too cartoony. It didn't really have the weight that an animal like that would have. Like if it's sort of bigger than an elephant, really, or a hippo or something, like they really don't jump around the place because you kind of can't because of gravity. So I thought that was maybe took you out of the reality a little bit. But then again, if it's more cartoony, it's more likable. It's more kind of, you attach to it. You can I guess you can personify it a little more. So yeah, no, it was good film, Okja. I liked it. I think they could have gone a lot further with some elements. Also the ALF, those, I liked all of the members of the group, and they did a good job actually. Yeah, for kind of small parts, they made you did root for them all, and you liked the individual characters, but they didn't really have much to do. Like there was about 6 different ones. I think they were cool with mainly their hair color, so I remember probably most of them names. There was like Red, I think it was Lily Collins, and then there was like Blonde or Blondie or something, and Silver, and I think Kay was the name of Stephen Yeun's character, and so I didn't really feel like I got to know them individually, but that's something again with the runtime. I liked them for what there was. The main guy, I can't remember his name, I'm drawing a blank, but I liked him. So yeah, it was good. I'd give it 3 stars. I can't quite put my finger on why I couldn't get any further than 3, but I think the film could have gone further. The end was shocking, but I just think they maybe could have gone a bit more. But no, it was good. I'll give it 3 stars.